Everyone say, I was expecting like a big auditory hello from everyone else, so that was like so
Oh,
awkward.
let's just
Hi! Hi friends, and welcome to Aldrithe this week. I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. Woohoo! My name's Mhairi.
I would have said hi at the beginning. I was eating chips and nursing a impalement of the roof of my mouth,
which
so isn't
sorry.
great when I'm eating salsa.
Yeah, no. Alright, so there are a couple things to go over before we get started. I'm excited to get back into the story, though. First of all, as Silvi has been pointing out in chat, we have a couple things that have changed around the periphery of the stream. We have a new icon / logo. Thank you so much to Beetlejuice for designing it with us and making it for us. With our new icon comes a new channel points icon, because the channel points icon comes directly from the D4 in the icon, which is fantastic. The actual, like, profile picture. I said the word icon a lot there. It should be updated on all of our social media, though for some reason our Twitch link hasn't gotten quite up to date yet. But, like, our Twitch got it, but our Twitch link hasn't when it's linked on the Twitter. It's weird. But that is on all platforms. We're really happy with it and really excited about it, so we hope you guys like it too. Second, there was another little change, but it seemed like you said they were silly and hidden. Do we just want to see what happens, or do you want me to talk about it, Silvi?
I mean, one of them will happen during break, and then the other... we'll see if it happens.
Do we want to just wait?
Probably will. Yeah, let's
wait.
We'll
just wait and see if you guys notice that there's some stuff. Okay. Next on the list then would be... Oh, first of all, I am in debt with my name. Might be a little bit before we get to them, but I do have them with Superb Owl and Deek Butt. So...
What was the second one?
Deek Butt.
Deek Butt?
Sorry, Deek Butte.
Deek Butte. Oh, yeah.
Richard Butte.
Richard Butte.
B-I-Q-E.
Yeah.
B-U-T-T-E.
Yeah, Richard Butte.
Richard Butte.
So
I will say, I thought you were just gonna end the sentence at okay, and as everybody knows, I am in debt.
I totally thought that was where that was ending.
College students. It's look. But yeah, no. So I am in debt for my names with Superb Owl and Deek Butte. Like I said, it might be a little bit since we are on a boat, but we'll see what happens. Yes?
How fucked would it be if you were an owl folk?
That's an awful way to start.
How fucked would it be if you were an owl folk and your parents are just like, man, what do you want to name this kid? Well, we're owls, aren't we? How about this is a pretty great baby. How about we call this Superb Owl? Also, owls often lay eggs in groups. Is only one of the children named Superb, or the other one's named like
Superb Owl and
Superb
Pathetic
Owl.
Owl?
Amazing owl.
Superb Owl and Lesser Owl.
Lesser Owl.
Imagine. Yeah, I was gonna imagine a character named Superb Owl, but then imagine their siblings. Imagine the other people related.
Is that just what happened to the F-stall?
Well, my name wasn't like better sibling Afsalis.
Okay.
I'm Superb Owl, and this is my brother, Middling.
This is my brother, Mid.
We call him Mid for short.
Middle child, because all of them are fucking Mid.
No!
Okay.
Okay, we'll let it end. We'll let it die.
Okay. I'm not. Well, I say we're bringing it in. However, I am about to shoot it to Ewan. So,
bringing it in to very, very quickly send it out again.
Bringing it in to reel it out.
Take it away.
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for joining us on our little digression about my new, the soon-to-come favorite NPC, fan-beloved character, Superb Owl. But that gets me onto the point of fans. You see, we would be nothing without all you beautiful viewers at home. And if you want to support us in a non-monetary way, because honestly, that's probably the best way to support us, the best way to do so is by, sharing it with people who you would think are interested.
Drown. We have 3 drowns.
Oh, drown? 1 sec.
4
friends at home.
drowns!
I have to drown
Water.
really quickly. Just a sec, friends at home. I need to drown 4 times.
I need you all to know that my beverage of choice tonight was McDonald's Sprite. This is what you've
Mine
done
is
to me.
Diet Mountain Dew, so I'm also suffering.
Mine is tap
Guys,
water.
As our beautiful friends in chat drown us, can I have a description of what McDonald's Sprite tastes like?
TV static.
I can.
Not both too much and not enough like a Christmas tree.
Before we get back to my high friends, as a soda connoisseur and a recent not enjoyer of the Rocket Fizz Dirt Soda, which is bright red and tastes like the potting soil aisle of Home Depot smells, McDonald's Sprite tastes like sweet. It would be sweet if you could taste anything beyond the bubbles. It's like if you gave carbonated water sweetness,
like
but it doesn't
microwave
matter.
buzzing.
It tastes like an
tastes like-
ultrasound.
It tastes like
It tastes like sticking your face up against the door of a microwave.
it tastes like
those
it
old
tastes like
big
when
TV
your
vibrational
grandparents turned their TV on and you were the only one who could hear the
Not the
horrible
high-pitched noise.
squeak.
Yeah.
It tastes like that.
But anyways,
Anyway.
my friends at home, yes, if you would like to support us, please share with your friends, share with anyone who you think would be interested. Sending out tweets and like things like that is all well and good, but the best way to share is by word of mouth, because I don't know about you guys, but in my case, if I see an ad for something, I am less driven to go watch something than if my friend says, "Hey, I've been watching this and I think you'd really like it," because that means it has like the level of approval of someone that I deem worthy of opinion. So, share us with your friends. Thank you.
Hell yeah. So, this has been a start to the session. I'm wondering how we're gonna trend this in terms of focus and digressions. Let's find out, shall we? Are we ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons digressions and distractions, mayhaps?
Yes,
I mean, what do you mean, mayhap?
Sure am.
Darling, you know who you're playing with.
No, of course. Then, let's
I would know what I
get
mean.
some things started. So, I will say, Spearwaddle D putting "you should all get water" in the chat does sound like a threat. So,
I got a leader right here, baby.
last we left off, the Fated Four were on their continued maritime journey towards the Tantalian Islands, ideally to meet up with a curator contact on the island of Evermeet, and continue to make your way deeper into the island, trying to find out more about the curator's issues on the island. However, we've still got a while before we get there. Some things have gone wrong, sideways at least, and the Fated Four have found themselves separated into 2 different groups, locked up in their own rooms, because they have been accused of a crime that they did not commit. They've gotten some outside
Or
help.
did we? Sorry.
They've gotten some
We think.
You think's not. You think you didn't. You've gotten some outside help. You've taken advantage of your isolation and punched a hole in the wall so you guys can have line of sight on each other for spells. And you all are preparing yourselves for interrogations the next day. When Goradar, the other paladin of Elnet, comes back around with Zone of Truth. However, in the meantime, it's still quite late in the night, and in the course of your investigation, you have found out that, well, at least another member of this ship has a little bit more going on under the surface than you had expected from them. With Macaulay seeming to have a cursed dagger
fucking worried.
very similar to Psyche's. that's where we pick up. After learning that news and approaching dawn, but not quite there yet, you are speaking with Naira via group chat with the message spell, and trying to decide what
You
your
got group me.
next move is going to be.
The last thing that happened
Yeah.
last session was that I rolled to see if Psyche was going to have a panic attack about this, and then I rolled a
You
2.
roll a 2.
So Psyche
Yeah.
is going to have a
And then
panic
you
attack
did.
with this.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Cool. Everyone else, though, is not having a panic attack. A blessed respite for Armani, I'm sure. And
The first time that
There can
Armani
only
hasn't
be-
been suffering from one in a while. I do want to say the whole like Nomos is divisive and like will have bad feelings about somebody based on something they say about him or his fate has never been wrong. I do want to say this. Nomos has never been wrong.
Ewan,
I have had
I
phenomenal intuition.
I just need to make the best person
As-
to ever shit on Elnet at one point. I mean, Lasry shits on Elnet constantly.
No, but I mean, like,
As
when
wonderful
Noah's
as
like,
that
"Hmm,
is-
I have a bad feeling about this person, and then they're just like, huh, worshipping your god is stupid. And I'm like, okay, I have worse feelings about this person. They've always turned out to be actually a bad person. It's never been me being
You
an
don't know
asshole.
if Macaulay's a bad person.
They worship the
Varvey's
Lady
just
of
good
They
at
worship the Lady of
fair.
foreshadowing.
which
To be
means,
fair, so did I.
was Psyche a good person?
I wouldn't call
Well, now
Psyche a
we're
bad
opening up
person.
a whole level of psychological debate.
a morally
This-
gray.
This is a can of worms.
Also,
Psyche
this person
logical.
did frame us for murder, so I do
Yes.
think that may make them a bad person.
Wait, Macaulay framed you for murder? That's your theory now?
We think so.
Okay.
Or at least had a hand in it.
I didn't know that was your working theory.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Also
anyone
didn't know
else
this was a
disagrees
working
with me.
theory.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
Floyd
do
and I
you
were
think
not
that
the
for
other
us
thing.
are
working
just
theory.
a murder happens with a weapon related to the Lady of Thorns, and there also just so happens to be
No,
a former
that was my
worshipper of the
dagger
Lady of
specifically.
Thorns.
I saw it and it was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Under
And you
Zone
know
of Truth, Macaulay did say that it wasn't her.
Yeah, she gave a
but she also
flat no.
tried to lie. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Still.
I don't know about that.
What is so? My question is, what now? Are we going back to bed? Are we deciding on what our evidence lineup is? Are we building a theory? What's the plan here?
I know that Naira mentioned trying to help us out with preparing for tomorrow, but other than gaining information, I don't think there's anything that they could really do.
We need to fix the hole in the wall.
Yes.
Psyche has a mending spell, but Psyche's also going through it.
I
so
can I can cast a mending spell while having a panic attack, I think.
Are you sure about that?
I think so.
If people come in and it's not fixed, I can just minor illusion it and they won't notice and it'll be fine.
That's true.
Listen, if I can have anxiety attacks while being actively in combat, you can have cast a fucking mending spell. I
I'd say
believe.
yeah.
I think that I feel like
Yeah.
yes, I agree. I think statistically, yes, that should work. But also, I can tell you, it is probably way easier to hit something hard with a sword while having a panic attack than pressing your way through the weave of the metaphysical plane to recreate material from thin air.
I'm saying it can happen.
I don't
That's
know
my
about-
call.
Oh, I just think it's a funny comparison.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing personally because I don't know how magic works, but
Yeah.
Aren't
To
you
our body,
a
they are
wizard
the same.
in another campaign?
Yeah, were you a wizard?
You're playing a wizard in another campaign.
Never said I knew how to play a wizard. I just am playing one.
Well, of course, there's the Floyd the Wizard.
There's also the Floyd wizard.
Yeah.
The second
I don't
time.
know how to play that one
The
either.
wizard, if you want.
I will say, I don't think
That.
Floyd the Wizard knew how to be a wizard either.
No, I'm saying the same thing. I did not know. I don't know how to play a wizard.
Anyway.
I don't know how to play them.
No,
Yeah, Floyd Wizard
Magic
canon.
is
You
fake.
didn't know.
It's
You
what
can
happens. It's actually a giant hoax made by the gods to sell more gods.
That's
To sell more bathrooms.
Okay. So, what's the plan? We've got Psyche working on mending. It's a relatively small hole. I'm happy to let you just kind of work at that. It's gonna take a bit.
Okay.
But you can slowly start working to cover the hole in the wall. Any other plans that we have going?
I think I need to go back to sleep to get my long rest. I know that Nomos already got his.
But I wouldn't mind still sleeping.
Well, we were gonna keep watching our rooms in case, anyone came in and tried to frame us for murder.
I thought I was second.
No.
Frame you for
We're gonna
murder.
frame you for murder.
I thought I was second watch, which would have meant that I haven't gotten my long rest yet.
Hold on. Yeah, you were second watch.
Oh yeah, Harold was gonna take the third.
Yeah, Harold is last watch. It was Ivory, Nomos, Harold in y'all's room, and then Armani, Dark, Psyche in the other room. So I don't think Psyche would have been able to go back to sleep anyway.
Cool.
But alright, so anything else that we want to go over, or are we just going to finish our long rests?
I think that's probably the best call.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think I'll
Okay.
do that.
I am gonna roll Harold's perception check then. Psyche, if you would also make a perception check for me with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Roll for
I'm
Harold.
working.
What's Harold's wisdom? Just
Okay.
out of curiosity.
Hi.
Very.
Absolutely incredible news.
Yeah?
Yes.
Is that I rolled that was perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a 19
Damn.
at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, no, here's the thing.
Absolutely incredible.
Most animals have pretty okay wisdom. So Harold at worst is a 10.
Harold got a 15 total.
Harold's a
Harold,
fucking
I'm so
10,
proud of
man.
you.
Harold got a 15 total, Psyche got an 18. I get to roll physically again. Woohoo!
Where are my dice?
I love that we just have Silvi in the background while this is going on. Psyche and Harold can settle while the others sleep, and you fight to keep yourself a little bit more grounded as the hours drone on and as the sun begins to rise over the horizon. Though I don't think you actually can see the sunrise from here now that I think about it.
Do we have a window?
Do you have
We have
portholes?
portholes.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have portholes.
You've
I
mentioned
thought
them
we're
in the
under.
galley.
Yeah, they're in the galley. I'm trying to decide if they're in your room. I don't.
Are we on the same deck as the galley? Because if not,
Yes.
Okay, then if we are on the same deck, then they reasonably should have portholes.
Okay.
Reasonably could have portholes.
I'll be nice and let you
This
guys
isn't
have
a
portholes
dingy
in the
ship.
rooms.
This is like a
Yeah.
common passenger.
I'll say you
liner.
guys have portholes in the room, so you can see the sun begin to rise outside if you choose to look. No one enters your room, and you are left to sit paranoid on your own.
Cool.
And the sun rises, and all of you can either wake up at a certain time or just kind of wake up as you wake up. Which might means you get woken up.
Nomos wakes up at his normal time, probably
Same.
7 a.m.
I think Ivory will be up like 30 minutes after Nomos.
Okay.
Damn, early morning for Ivory.
We're being framed for murder.
We've been chased by god weapons in the past that have woken you up at noon.
That was a constant. That was going on for months.
God.
This is a now thing.
This is a now.
God weapons, I sleep. Murder, real shit.
I don't want to end up in prison. The god weapons were gonna kill us, not put us in prison.
I love these priorities.
Oh, being dead, I sleep. Getting in prison, real shit? Yeah.
Well, you do sleep when you're dead. And that is the only time Nomos will ever truly sleep.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You and
He
Armani
inherits
both,
it.
honestly.
Therapy.
Yeah, send Nomos and Armani to therapy 2K20.
What's a therapist?
Or I guess
People keep saying this
538.
word. I don't know what it means.
Alright. Either way, you all wake up in the morning. Is there anything you guys want to get done? Naira left, obviously, once you guys were like, okay, we're going back to sleep. She went back to her own room.
She just sat there on the group chat seeing if anyone would send a
Yeah,
late
she was
night
waiting.
message.
She didn't get kicked out by the bandwidth bot, so she just sat there for a while. But you instead can chill there and wait, or you can try to put together a plan for the day. You don't know when Gorodar is coming, you just know that theoretically he is.
I mean, we can't leave.
No.
Unless Naira, like, stops by pre-Gorodar. I think just...
Yeah, I think we're just ending our business and waiting.
Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do. I would like to talk to Harold about what food he prefers. I go down, like, a list of all the things we fed him and see if he likes them or not. To make sure that next time...
Humanoid flesh.
What?
Yeah.
It's not cannibalism. No. He's just a predator.
Yeah, human.
Okay.
I go down the list of things I've bought him to feed him and see if he has a preference.
Do you have any highlights that I can approve or disapprove of?
Corn,
yes.
Just like regular bird feed, I don't know. Those treats he got that one time that did make him sentient.
Actually, he's gonna say he doesn't like those.
We gave him a gift with which he knows not what to do.
Mealworm.
I have a
bread.
Snails are really picky.
What?
Did you know that snails are incredibly fucking picky, or at least my snail is?
Yeah, I don't think Harold is very picky.
Yeah, I go like mealworm, like oats, fucking, I don't know, just like grass seed.
Random ass.
You know, like Minecraft.
Grass seeds ranked lower than other things.
Okay. I scratched that out mentally. I don't have a notebook. I mentally scratched that out for the dig make prototype.
Motherfucker.
Fair enough. Okay. So you have
Nomos
that conversation
about his potential fishing trips.
Yeah, Nomos is thinking about fishing. I assume Psyche's probably still freaking the fuck out. What's Armani up to? What's going on in Armani's brain right now?
So I will say, if Psyche's freaking the fuck out, I think Armani's trying to comfort them. Or at least just like sit with them and like have a handout for them to grab.
We had a lot of Psyche and Mani interaction. This is great.
I think if Psyche's freaking out, Armani's gonna kind of be by their side and like trying to like help them breathe through it and trying to like calm them down a bit.
Psyche appreciates it. They're not super chatty.
I figure not.
It's their turn on the panic attack.
It's their turn on the panic attack. But eventually, before we are snagged by Gorodar, I think Psyche does pray. She found me. Someone on this ship. I've been replaced.
Do you add anything else, or do you just wait?
No, I think after I've been replaced, I just sort of sit for a while, because that's, I think, the core of why Psyche's, like, really scared and upset.
I'm sorry you're afraid, but she's going to be everywhere. Not necessarily looking for you, but she's going to be everywhere. She's a god. There's only so much I can do about that. But through your own faith, and through helping yourself, over time, I think it can be less scary. But I don't want to speak for you.
That makes sense.
I
I don't think I
wish-
talk much more. I just sketch out what I remember from that dream.
I wish
For
I
a
could
while.
keep her away from you forever. But it's not that easy.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her, whether I like it or not. So
Mhm. Your time with her is a part of you, whether you like it or not. You'll have to come to terms with it eventually.
thank you. And then I just draw for like a good while, probably just until we're grabbed.
Fair enough.
I sketch out as many of the people in the line as I can remember.
It's mainly just her at this point.
Yep.
But anything else?
I think while Psyche's drawing, if Psyche lets them, Armani is just kind of sitting next to them and kind of rubbing their back as they draw. And like once in a while being like, oh, that's cool. Like making comments about like the drawing, like, oh, that eye looks really nice or whatever.
Nice. Psyche and Armani.
Psyche
gets-
will let them. Psyche does
I
not
think
let them.
eventually, after a while of that, once Psyche hits a stopping point where like she doesn't remember any more details, and just is kind of in a holding pattern, just sort of looks over at Armani, and then like clunks into their shoulder.
Give you a little head rub and let you just kind of lay there.
I just sit there.
Okay. Screams and cries.
Too.
There's nothing else. You all rest and try to gather yourselves until eventually, I think, hold on, let me check my room numbers real quick just to see who they get to first. Okay, they are going to arrive at Armani and Psyche's room first.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Love that for them.
you guys hear a knock on the door. After a few hours, a little before like noon, probably like 11 a.m., something like that. You've got a couple hours. And you kind of hear the shuffling of footsteps outside, a light conversation, and then a solid knock on the door. From outside you hear, and probably the room next to them, to you, with slightly more muffled, but you can hear it through the wall anyway, here. We're coming in, if that's alright. We have to ask our questions for you now. And it's the voice of Goridar, outside.
At least being polite about an interrogation.
It's Goridar.
Friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he just sort of fixes their hair a little bit,
fair enough.
stands up.
A moment later, you hear kind of the clatter of keys, and the door opens. And in comes Goridar first, and a moment later, with the same kind of nervous step, the kind of nervous flit in their step that you're used to from them, is the ex-first mate, Captain Olara, who has accompanied them. Goridar enters, closes the door behind him, and kind of looks over the both of you. His gaze settles on Psyche and kind of lingers there for a little bit longer than Armani, before he kind of starts more equally looking between the two of you. With, I assume you both know how Zone of Truth works, because your friend already did it to the rest of us. Would you all be willing to answer some questions?
Yes.
Okay. So, hopefully this will only take a couple minutes. I don't want this to be an argument. I just want to get some answers. Understand that? We're on the same page?
Yep.
Okay. I will say, Ivory and Nomos, can you make perception checks for me? Because I will determine how much of this y'all can hear through the wall. Meanwhile,
That I can.
Armani and Ivory, Armani and Psyche, can you please make wisdom saving throws for me, unless you would like to willingly submit to the Zone of Truth?
I mean, I think we're willingly submitting to the Zone of Truth, right?
Okay.
That was the plan,
It
right?
would be funny if I gaslit him into thinking that I didn't, but I'm not going to.
Ewan, do I get a buff because I'm near you, or is that for not that?
It's for saving throws.
Okay, then I do 15.
15 perception?
12.
Yeah.
Okay. Ivory, you're gonna hear most of this conversation. Nomos, it's gonna be harder for you to hear, but if Ivory passes on information to you that you don't catch, then I'm just gonna say that y'all can get the majority of the conversation through each other.
Great. Thank goodness I had advantage because that was a 6 and an 11 that would have been turned to a 7 or a 12.
Fair enough. And yes, it is an
love
eye
it.
shield, but it does help with perception off the top of my head.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But the symbology does only cover one thing, but it's there. Okay. So Gorodar kind of settles, and as he casts the Zone of Truth, he casts it differently to Nomos, because as far as I can tell, Nomos was very much an kind of on-the-go thing. Like standing up, casting it. Am I kind of right in this assumption?
Yeah, Nomos doesn't have a lot of ritual to his spell. Nomos is he casts for efficiency and results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gorodar is a little bit different. Despite the fact that Gorodar is a paladin, he's not exactly a warcaster. And he kind of sets a couple, like, he literally sits down at the ground, sets a couple candles around him, and kind of creates the edge of like a circle or a semicircle kind of branching out from him with just a couple candles. And he sits there, and as he kind of speaks his somatic components, you see there's these kind of engravings in the worn armor that he wears, and just these engravings around the edge of some of his plate armor glow just a little bit with this light divine energy as he sits and kind of maintains this.
Imagine not learning magic just to kill things.
It takes longer. But it takes longer for him to cast the spell, you notice. But regardless, he sits down in front of the two of you. And are you guys also sitting, or are you guys kind of standing within the zone? The zone is large
Okay,
enough that
he's
it kind of
Sitting, I
encompasses the whole-
sit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you kind of sit across from him, and it's... Olara stands kind of back behind, arms crossed, kind of tapping fingers against their upper arm, kind of looking out. Meanwhile, Gorodar goes, okay, I just want to be through this as quickly as possible. Well, I want to be thorough, but I don't want this to stress anybody out too much, because I'm trying to keep an open mind here. Okay. So, I need answers from both of you on all of the questions, just to make sure that you're not covering for each other. I'm just going to start early and easy, and then I'm going to narrow down from there. What is your side of the story here?
Who is he asking?
He's
that?
gesturing
Just
to
go
either
for
of
it.
you, so either one of you can start. But both of you will need to answer.
Okay.
Armani, you found it first, right?
Yeah, I woke up and I went to go check on the captain because it's become a bit of a habit to do so. Sounds weird. I have a lot of anxiety.
Psyche audibly chuckles at that one.
They like I have a lot of anxiety about the trip in general, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. And the door was open, and his body was on the bed, and the knife was on the bed, and I knew that the knife was Psyche's. And here's the thing about Psyche is a lot of the things that they've done, it hasn't been because they wanted to. They've been manipulated into it, and they're my friend, and the only thing that I could think of in the moment was I didn't want them to go down for something that they didn't want to do or didn't know that they were doing, and my first instinct was to hide it, which was very stupid. That is all I know.
Okay. Psyche?
Psyche looks like a little bit taken off guard in like a sweet way by that, but yeah. They came to me after I woke up. But I mean, I guess the first part of my story is I could have sworn I saw someone who looked like Ivory leaving our room. Ivory says it wasn't them, and I trust them, and based on all of the, like, thinking we've done, it's unlikely to be them. I also was, like, asleep at the time, so it could have just been a dream, and I genuinely don't know. But it seems like someone did come by our room. All I remember is just seeing a figure leave. Then I woke up because Armani knocked on our door and was, like, shouting that the captain was dead, you know. Like, you all got woken up. And they stopped me and they showed me the knife and asked me if I'd done it. And I said I didn't think so. And I told them that if it turned out I had, that I didn't want them to cover for me. Then we did our thing, and I thought it was me. I don't think it is anymore. I prayed and, like, thought about it a lot, and I don't think it was me. But
If you both don't think it was either of you, then who would it be? Do you know?
I don't know.
we don't know. We thought about it a lot. The only lead I'd have is that whoever did it would have had to see me throw away my knife. Because Armani showed me the knife, it was mine.
Do you know if anyone on board saw you throw away the knife?
I know at least Macaulay did. I thought they were the only one on board.
You see Gordar kind of look back at Alara, and Alara kind of makes note of that, stays where they are. Gordar looks back to you. And they were the only one you saw?
Yep. I was in a hurry. I was trying to dispose of a weapon, and I knew I wasn't supposed to have a weapon on board. So I didn't want anyone to catch me on the way. I wasn't, like, looking that hard.
When was this?
I think my second day on the boat.
Fair enough. Okay. Do you have anything else you think I should know in order to figure out more things about this case?
I don't think it's as simple as one person stabbed the captain. I think there's a lot more going on than that. I don't know what.
Why do you
I'd
say
agree.
that?
Because a knife was magically lifted out of the ocean, and we're hallucinating people that didn't leave rooms, and might not be someone on the ship. I don't know. That's just a suspicion and talking, and I mean proof for it, but
My knife was a gift from the god I used to work with.
also that.
And if there's anything I know about her, it is never simple.
Gordar kind of looks at you there. And you can tell that Gordar is kind of weighing a decision in his brain, as he kind of looks over at you. And he decides not to ask you who that god is. at least after kind of a glance back towards Alara, and then not directly, just kind of over his shoulder in his periphery, and then looking back at you. He just kind of lets out a heavy sigh and goes, okay. But both of you stand by the fact that you were not involved, at least knowingly, in the murder of the captain.
I was not involved knowingly, no.
I was not knowingly involved in the murder of the captain.
Okay. Do you think either of your other two friends in the other room may have been knowingly involved in the murder of the captain?
No.
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to leave it at that. I may come back and ask you more questions depending on what your other friends say. But if they corroborate your stories, then I will probably not be back until the new captain and I have made some decisions. Is that okay, or is there anything else you would like to tell me?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Then I'm going to head out. And you feel the spell dissipate as he reaches over and just like one of the candles and the glow dissipates. You feel the spell fall. Yes, Ewan?
Did we not want to share the whole you think that you knew Macaulay prior to the murder?
Was it a Psyche thing? 'Cause I don't remember that.
Well,
Psyche knew Macaulay. Psyche knew Macaulay
Psyche
from their
saw
time
Macaulay
working for the Lady of
in a
Thorns.
tree.
Ollie, we didn't talk until I think 2 days after the knife on the dock incident.
Hey.
Okay, so there was that, and also the we didn't share. We said we thought that we saw people leave the room. We didn't state that it was.
I didn't share that we
most-
talked because we weren't supposed to be talking.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I figured we could talk afterwards about whether or not we wanted to have that conversation.
Okay, that's why I was just asking. I didn't know how much we're keeping.
Okay. Well, then a moment later, y'all get the same knock on your door. You get the same pretty polite warning. And once you invite Gorodar in, Gorodar will enter.
Vampire Gorodar?
Again with Alara and Alara.
I would have
entering
known.
behind him. You would have. Again with Alara
Yeah, I can detect
entering
undead.
behind him. And goes through the same things. Asks, tells you he's going to cast Zone of Truth. Figures you both know how that works. Are you guys willing to answer questions?
Yes. I'm fine too.
I assume Nomos also answers yes?
Oh yeah, sorry, I
Yeah.
nodded.
Okay. Never depend on a nod. Cameras freeze. Meanwhile, Armani and Psyche, if you two would like to make perception checks to see if you can hear what's going on in the other room through the wall, you are welcome to do so.
Natural 20, 23.
You definitely can.
Augers.
That was a 19,
19,
baby.
you both can definitely hear through the wall. Crystal
Everyone
clear,
is perceptive
100%.
except for Nomos.
You
Let's
know
go.
what's going on.
Nomos, you
I like
got water in your ears when you went fishing. Somehow.
I like to imagine that, like, Ivory has, like, an illusion on the wall, and we're all just looking through it really obviously, but Gordon can't see us.
Yeah, it lasts for a minute, so.
Like
We
the head
fixed the
stack.
hole.
You did fix the hole, but I love the idea of it being like a head stack around the
Head
corner
stack,
thing.
It's really funny. But anyway,
but-
we're just like,
Yes. Either way, again, he sets up the spell in the same way. A very different process to how you're familiar with casting the spell, Nomos, as well as the fact that it does take a little bit longer. But he sits down and casts it. Do you both, Ivory and Nomos, submit to the spell just given?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Alright.
funny. Nomos is watching all this. Is like, this is so pretty, and also I can do this in maybe 6 seconds. Is what he's thinking. He doesn't say it out
I was
loud.
supposed to. Did you say that out loud?
No, he's like,
Um,
this is so pretty, but also
Um.
come in.
But he then casts the spell, settles down. Again, Alara stands in the back while he sits in front. Do you both sit down with him, or do you stay standing?
I'll sit. I'm
Oh,
holding Harold on
cool.
my lap.
Harold needs to make a wisdom save. Which he does fail. So Harold can only speak the truth.
So here's the thing. Gordar can tell when people tried to resist.
Oh shit.
You can tell when things fail.
So
you sit down.
So she might look at Harold.
You sit down, and then you just see Gordar's attention like shift.
And like I just slowly slide a piece of paper and a pen to Harold, and I just don't say anything.
Is that a fucking chicken?
I'm going to ask this question first. Am I also interrogating this chicken?
Harold? And I wait for him to answer.
Harold, do you give Harold the pen?
Yes!
Harold is a chicken that Ivory recently discovered has been bequeathed with the gift of sentience by a druid in the city of Moongate.
I mumble to myself in the other room, not sure it was a gift.
Ivory out loud just goes, I'm not sure that was a gift, but yeah.
I've now recently inspected a dead body, and that's still probably the most fucked up thing I've heard in the past 24 hours.
It strikes more fear into my heart than any blade.
The fact that you are saying this when you are magically obligated to tell the truth is deeply frightening.
I could not lie if I wanted to.
I'm gonna pray about this later. Meanwhile, Harold has scribbled, I don't know, in kind of a, I don't know, you can interrogate me, whatever.
I can tell you, you don't need to pray about it later. The answer will just be no. I don't know what you're planning on asking. The answer will be no.
To be clear,
I don't think Elnet has smiled upon this.
I don't think Elnet has smiled upon it in a long time, friend.
Harold can only answer yes/no questions, and his only answers can be yes, no, and maybe. An X is no, an O is yes, and a scribble is a maybe or an I don't know, or just a general confusion mark, so take that as you will.
Do note that Harold was conscious for things that we were not.
Yes.
So he is not to be looked over
Okay.
in this investigation.
I am just going to make the two of you translate for the chicken and pass on the chicken. He just puts his head in his hand.
I hold Harold gently because I don't want him to be insulted.
You genuinely see the magic on his armor flicker for a moment.
He briefly lost his faith in God.
And then he brings his concentration back in, and he just... Okay. I'm going to ask you both questions, and if the chicken... Does the chicken have a name?
Harold.
Harold. Hi. Harold. If the chicken has any insight, the both of you can pass that insight on to me. So, okay. Alara in the back says, I feel like you've lost control of this interrogation room. And Goradar is like, no, we're just having a conversation.
Oh, also, I do.
What
think
are you
that it
about
should
to
be
say?
known. The sentience was given.
Nomos,
the name
please.
was not picked by the chicken. The name was picked prior. Just so you know.
Harold, are you okay having the name Harold?
Can we have this conversation later? I'm trying to solve a murder.
Forgive me.
Yes.
Thank you. You just kind of see him have another moment. His gaze just distant, and then he just... I would like to hear your sides of the story.
Tans, Harold?
Sorry. I would like to hear your side of the story. Both of you need to answer this. It is not sufficient to just nod along with the other one. I need to hear it from your voices. Whichever one of you would like to start, go ahead.
Sure. I would say that I was the least informed in this situation. I found out when Armani let the rest of the ship know about the discovery of the body. I had no knowing participation or hand dealt in the murder of the captain. I investigated the ship in the interest of finding out who was responsible. Did at the time not knowing that me and my compatriots would be some of the head suspects. So if that looked off, let that be known that I was not aware that we would be under the eye of scrutiny. I can mention some of the people who attempted to resist the investigation, if that is
Sure.
in any way useful.
I'll take any details that
Macaulay
you have.
did. Macaulay attempted to resist, failed. Didn't the captain also attempt to resist
Yes.
and fail? Hey, can I insight check the captain on whether or not me saying, and also the captain tried and failed?
Sure, you can do that.
I want to know whether or not this is a bad idea.
You make direct eye contact with the captain over Gordar's shoulder as you're like, I can say who tried.
Prolonged eye contact.
I was so close to a 19. That was a 13 plus 1, 14.
14. Okay. You rolled higher than the captain. The captain kind of gets a little bit nervous as you say that.
Okay, nervous but not angry. Fine.
No.
Oh?
Not as far as you can tell. Just seems you can tell the pulse picked up a little bit at that one. And as you kind of look up at them, they like look away from you.
Then I do say, and the current captain, but also failed, so nothing being hidden there.
Gordor just kind of nods. Okay.
So if they do react to Noah's calling them out, and then it's like, just wanted to be truthful, and me saying that you weren't able to withhold anything kind of clears
Yes.
your name.
I understand that. I do. Thank you for your honesty. Though I suppose you don't have a choice, do you? Yes. And Gordar just kind of... Is that all you have to say? For now?
Is there anything I'm missing?
Psyche and Armani,
What about them?
they also tried to resist.
Psyche, I don't think tried to, but Nomos doesn't know about
Psyche succeeded.
I thought because Psyche didn't try.
I was
to
going to
succeed,
ask
it was
about
just
that.
attuned to the
You
wind of
did
my
just
shielding.
go under a zone of truth, Psyche. Have you taken your ring off?
I think you took it off yesterday.
I think
when we
you
were
took it off
checking,
yesterday.
Yeah, I
Put
took it
back
off
on.
yesterday. I left it off for the interrogation because I knew it would
Okay.
fuck with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I was like,
The thank you for your honesty came from the captain, not Goradar. I'm sorry I
Yes.
don't do voices.
No, you're good. Armani and Psyche also, but I believe that was simply so that they would be able to tell me about whatever they knew at a later date, because as I said previously, I had not been told anything until it had been brought to everyone's attention. So that was among that. But those are the people who attempted to resist. I don't think I'm missing too much else. Ivory, if I'm missing anything, feel free to cover for me.
Ivory, you do need
And
to
if Harold
tell your
remembers
whole story.
anything.
Sure. Well, the night before I went to sleep, and then I woke up to Armani saying that there had been a murder. I left our room before Psyche and went and met up with everyone else, where we heard the news, and then I went and investigated the body as much as I could with the crew member whose name I Silvi forgot. But
Lazuli?
Leslie, yeah.
Yeah.
With Leslie, and then came back, and we all talked with Nomos, and then I heard the news that I had apparently been seen leaving our room, even though I was asleep all of the night. And then we got put in here. In recent news, as of last night, I found out that my chicken is sentient, and from his accounts, I did not leave the room last night. So, someone else also came into our room, also from my chicken's account.
Did your chicken find any identifying features of the person that entered your room?
My chicken unfortunately does not have night vision, and it was dark, so
Me too, Floyd.
no. What he did identify is that the intruder cast a spell of some kind, which we have also identified because it was this room, and Nomos has magic that can identify it, that sort of thing. That it was a
Enchantment was the skull.
enchantment spell of some kind that uses somatic and verbal components. So
We have been thinking it was modify memory. It's a running theory, but a spell that I have some experience with, not casting, but being affected by.
Okay, so you... Alright. You can see Gordar is kind of doing math in his head there. You have a feeling he's probably trying to just identify all of the casters on board. And then he comes up with a very small number. And there's kind of... Okay. Do you have any other information that you believe is relevant to the investigation?
out of character, any other friends that Ivory information?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think so. Hold on, let me open my notes real quick.
I think the only things we're holding out are stuff that Psyche and Mani would have to share. To not look.
I mean,
insane.
unless we want to say that there's another knife on the ship.
I did want to clarify. Everyone knows that there is another knife on the ship. Psyche, did you share with the group that you identified Mhairi?
No.
No,
Apparently not.
I don't think you did.
You figured it out in your dream, and then I think you woke up to.
No, figured it out remembering
Mhairi.
the dream.
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
figured it out while I was thinking about it. I thought I
Okay.
had told you all, but I guess I didn't use my out loud voice.
Since
so
you
no.
were praying in your journal, do you think Armani would have seen that?
I still write in cipher.
Okay. Fair enough.
Psyche, I want to defend you, but you write in wingdings, man.
It's not wingdings. It's cooler than that.
Okay.
It's wingdings
Exactly
in
what
French.
someone who writes in wingdings would say.
So, Gordar kind of looks over the two of you and goes, do you believe your friends in the other room knowingly participated in the murder of the captain?
No.
No.
Do you know anything about Mhairi?
Macaulay has Macaulay as recently, I think, has some history with a circus in the Italian islands and has returned to that briefly.
May they
Seemed to be.
I was gonna say, made an offer for us to go see it,
I was
so...
going to say, made an offer for us to see it. Potentially hiring Harold, though I don't know how much of that was a joke.
At this point, I'm kind of just...
A bit
No.
turned off from the whole offer, I think, now.
Yeah.
Also, never gone to a circus, but not sure if it's something that I would worry about missing.
Why have you turned yourselves away from the offer?
We're a bit stressed given everything going on. I don't know if we,
I kind of just... Well, that...
Be very
that's
careful.
Not true.
You cannot speak a deliberate lie.
This is not true.
That's true. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally was not too keen on the offer. Macaulay does not seem to like me, or at least like who I worship. Made that a bit clear, so I don't know if I was too welcome.
And I trust Nomos' judgment.
He is gonna still make an insight check against both of you to see if you're avoiding.
Nomos
Ivory
didn't
is-
want to go after. That is not a lie. Nomos
It
did
is not
feel
a
like he
lie.
didn't want to go after.
Ivory
will say,
is very much dodging, though.
I was
I
gonna
am.
say, Ivory, you don't trust Nomos' judgment on many things.
That is true. No, I do trust your judgment on this.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my roll. What did you get on deception?
Do I need to?
Go. 21.
21? Okay. Nomos, how are you being avoidant?
I mean, I answered. I think I wasn't being avoidant. You said like.
If you answer
why did you-
honestly to avoid a different honest answer, it's still avoidance.
Okay, I think I'm being less avoidant, but I'll still roll for it.
Okay, go
my
ahead.
deception isn't great, but my charisma's pretty good. That is a 18, 15 plus 3.
Okay. He seems to take both of you at face value. He looks over the two of you. Okay. I'm going to go talk to the captain, see what we can figure out, and we'll update you when we've decided what our next step is. Do you have anything else relevant to share?
Would we be able to... Are we still confined to these rooms?
For now, yes.
Are we able to converse at all with our compatriots? Or...
For now, no.
Right.
Less of a thing to share and more of a question for either of you. Have you gotten rid of the knife?
The knife, the weapon? The
Yeah.
No.
Is it being held somewhere, or is it just on person?
The ex-first mate kind of speaks up and goes, I keep it on my person.
Just curious, as it is a...
You shouldn't do that. You
I was
really...
going to say, I
As a-
would not advise that as someone
As a
who
personal
knows its
opinion.
origin.
Under a truth spell, that is a terrible idea.
And why's that? Says the captain a little
It's a
defensive.
super cursed knife.
What is the
It
curse?
is- I believe
The
anything
curse is
harmed
called
by
ligma.
it causes...
Curse
not
is called
fucking
ligma.
The
The curse is called
weapon
ligma.
deals irreparable damage. Something wounded by the blade will never recover. It is also, I believe, I don't know if this is the correct term, bred for treachery. It seems to be only intended to be used in roles of, betrayal and deceit. It's why we would have attempted to get rid of it multiple times in the past.
And can't seem to
one
do so, I
such
might add.
in the middle of the woods and another such in the middle of the ocean, though it seems it makes its way back.
The captain kind of
I'm not
looks down at
saying-
himself. Like,
I'm not saying it as a, oh, I don't trust you with it. It's more, I don't trust it with you. I'd keep it maybe
I don't
in your
trust-
quarters.
Anyone with a very cursed evil knife.
Also, you could try throwing it overboard again.
If
I could?
anything, just to prove that it doesn't get rid of it, or if it does, then it's gone. So
We will learn something.
Make a persuasion check. Either of
I
you,
can do
you can
that.
give the other advantage if you want to do that route.
I have a plus
I have
3.
a plus 4.
Okay, I can give you
I can
advantage.
take advantage, sure. That, my friends, is a 19. I rolled a 3 and a 15 plus
Nice.
4.
Good
You
for
are
advantage. With that 19, the captain kind of... I'll think about throwing it out. I don't want to throw away the murder weapon. That seems like a bad plan, but on the other hand, if it's deeply cursed, then maybe that's the direction we need to go. I'll think on it. Thank you for the suggestion. He kind of struggles with
It's more of a
I
precaution than
genuinely-
anything.
Yeah, like, if you have anyone on this ship that you genuinely care for, like, I would be scared for their well-being.
We could attempt to destroy it. You know, Gorodar is holy, as am I. If we want, we could just put some divine fervor behind a well-placed baseball bat and just swing it.
I suppose you could. He seems like that after the 1-2 punch that is you saying if there's anyone that you care about on this ship, you might want to get rid of it. He kind of gave this bitter laugh. And then the 1-2 punch of, I don't know, a divine baseball bat leaves the captain reeling a little bit. He just... Okay. I'll have a discussion with Gorodar. How about that?
Sure.
We should go now. And
I
Gorodar
trust
goes,
his judgment.
yes, that's... Fair point. Let's do that. Like I said, we'll come back when we have news. Hopefully soon. And ideally I'd like to be able to let you out of here, but we're going to see. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, and you just see him just like, look at the chicken, look at the captain, look at the chicken, and then just... and the lights go, the divine light goes out, and he just...
Candles? This is not related to the investigation at all. Just from one paladin to another. Do you need the candles to cast it?
I prefer it.
You don't need them, though.
I'm sure I could cast it without them, but it was the way that I was taught, and having the candles around helps ground me. Helps make sure I keep a single-minded intent. And, I like the aesthetic of it.
I was curious. I think we have very different upbringings in terms of...
I get that impression, yes.
Yes.
I
Anyways,
kind of
thank you.
nudge Nomos in a, let the man leave.
Yes, anyways, sorry. Thank you.
This is a Midwestern goodbye, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And instead of continuing...
anytime my parents are in a room with any other person's parents.
Yeah.
That's a Midwestern goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. But the sorry. Just this is what happens when I just glance at chat. Either way,
Paladin, or as Gark calls them, Dilfs.
Gorodar gets up and leaves the room with his candles, and for a few minutes you all are left to converse through the wall if you would like to. Is there anything the two of you would like to share?
I turn directly to Harold and go, are you okay with the name Harold?
Harold kind of reaches for his pen. It's kind of a moment. And there's a scribble.
If you ever want to pick a new name, we can find the book and you can choose one.
There's a circle.
Okay.
Very much I didn't know I'd get this far.
I draw a triangle, and I'm like, make that if you ever want to change your name.
That's a very specific. That's such
Why
a
a
specific
triangle?
use for the
Because
triangle.
it's another shape that he hasn't
No, but,
used
like,
yet.
we could have done. A triangle is such a basic shape that we could have applied to so many other things.
We can try to
He
make
might
a better
want to change his name
alphabet
a
later.
lot.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's fine. More power to him.
I'm trying to give him simple shapes. If later we need to change the meaning of triangle, I'm sure we can do
That's
so.
true. That's true.
Y'all need to get the Bunny the dog buttons.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Harold.
I need to get like one of those little
Angry.
like flip books that have all
Fuck
the different
you.
words on them.
Fuck you.
Harold, hungry.
Food.
Harold,
Feed me.
angry.
Feed me.
Food.
Angry.
Food.
World
Food.
domination.
Harold.
Harold.
Gender.
What?
Harold.
World domination.
Harold.
I'm just
Harold.
curious.
Transgender. Harold. New pronouns.
Okay, I'm adding that to the sticker list.
Harold.
Thank you, Stream Elements.
Harold, transgender.
Oh my god.
Harold want
Oh, thank
blood.
you. Thank you for that.
Harold want blood.
Again, why did we make that button? What do we gain from this? You know? We don't have a walk button. We don't have a
Nomos, it's
bathroom
what-
button.
no,
Why do we have a
Nomos.
death button?
Nomos, it is important to know the deep fury inside of him.
It's also important to know if he wants to use the restroom.
He
But
can
we
just
haven't
do
taken
that.
into
He can't
consideration.
communicate bloodlust.
Harold want to
I'd
kill.
let you know
Kill.
that I need to use the restroom before dropping trow. Anyways, this is all
Harold want to kill Armani.
Hmm?
Harold want kill. Kill want bite kill.
I love the idea of all the
So
buttons
many
being in Ivory
verbs.
voice.
Yes.
Armani, Ivory, gay.
Armani spend much time in Ivory company. What mean?
This is beginning to turn like a Yoda impression. I don't really know how I feel.
Yeah, I was gonna
about
say you
that.
started. The thing with the dog buttons is that it has to be like a shortened but not quite direct. You've turned into Yoda.
That was Yoda.
It's just like, Ivory, Armani, love. Like that would have been as opposed to like.
Yeah.
That's what I
do
said.
observe that Armani has been spending a great deal of time in the presence of Ivory. Could this perchance mean a set of romantic intentions are to be had?
We just get a whole dictionary of buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes so long. We might as well just
He has to walk like 5 minutes
if
to get
Forward
to the
for
next word.
chicken. He
What if I
slides
I'm just gonna
made
teach him the
you a
alphabet.
magic item that if you touched a word, it would say the word out loud or something like that?
Give
I could
him
make
an
it like a
abacus.
dictionary. I mean, like a magic item, like a dictionary. I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll think on Harold's accessibility tools.
Okay,
I wish I
thank
was
you.
an artist.
Also, I will
previous
say,
idea
I
for this-
love that, you, my dungeon master in Dungeons and Dragons that we do for fun, are more committed to accessibility than some of my college professors in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The folks at home may not know. Passion I give.
Give Psyche with an Ivermani
wait, I
button.
was reading that in the...
No, I
Um,
just love that
no.
just an Ivermani button appears in the middle of the night. And it's
Ivermani.
not even
Mhm.
it's not in the Ivory voice like all of the other buttons. It's literally Ivermani.
Psyche just presses it all the fucking time.
Hey, Vari?
Yeah.
If I were to pray to Keymore to get my chicken, a text-to-speech thing, would
I
Keymore
mean,
respond?
You're just shooting at the person on the Pantheon who you think is most likely to give your chicken.
Hey, isn't Ivory like an ideal atheist? And by that I mean their ideal world is a one with no gods?
No, their ideal world is one in which gods aren't worshipped simply because of their power, and instead they are criticized for being sentient beings with choice and doing the things that they do.
Okay.
Armani is more of the atheist who, not an atheist, but they wish gods didn't exist. They think they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
it's the they won't give me time. But I will say
Mortals have
for
killed gods before.
the folks who don't know, Nomos has thought about it. But no, the one of the previous ideas before I started playing Nomos was I was going to make an artificer, and sometimes I regret it because I would have made like an abacus with like words on each bead, and then if Harold pecks a bead, then that word is spoken, and that gives Harold access to at least 50 words, which is enough for most conversations.
I'm going to spend some time. Ivory, if you would send me a list of simple words that you think Ivory would give Harold access to.
Absolutely, I'm on it right now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We're on our way to the Italian Islands. We could ask someone there.
I was about to say that you can absolutely make a deal with someone in order to make this done.
Absolutely not.
However, also, if you'd like to just drop that stuff in general, then everyone can contribute to the word pile.
Yeah. Can you make me a chat real quick?
A chat of just nothing but Harold words?
Yes.
Yep.
You know what? I will just do that over break, because we're at that time. And we've also been talking about Harold for a little bit of a while. So in order to make it so we can get back to some good Dungeons & Dragons playthroughs and not just Harold course, we will go to break. Couple things before we go to break. First of all, this is your weekly binder check. If you're one of our friends that wears a binder, please make sure that you can breathe deeply, that you can stretch and do so comfortably, or as comfortably is as typical and normal. If you are feeling pain, if you've got the binder ache TM, take it off, give yourself a little bit of a break. It's the evening, we're winding down, let's take some time to rest and get prepared to rest later tonight. We will be back in... Yes?
No, so I'll say it when you're done with the goodbye, because I just want to point some attention to some of the words that have already been sent. Gang, we don't need 4 different words for rage and hatred.
No, yes, we do.
Like, I get haha funny, but like half of his vocabulary is going to be like attempted murder.
Arson.
What about like food?
We can have this debate in the general chat. Also, our friends in chat, if you want to suggest words in the Twitch chat, feel free to, and they can add them to the pile.
We're not using all of the suggestions, right? Because
that's my discretion.
Okay. Thank you.
But regardless, drop some stuff in chat and your stuff might be picked and we'll find out. For now, you can do that during break. Enjoy our art reel. There's a fun new thing on the break that I hope works. And we're gonna see if it does. But yeah, until then, we'll see you in 12 minutes or so, give or take.
Just run.
And we will see you all very soon. See you after break. 12 minutes or so. Let's go have some Harold time over break. Bye-bye. Hi, friends. Okay, we're back.
Hey.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Hi. Sorry that break took longer than anticipated. As someone said in chat, it would not be an Aldrithe stream without technical difficulties. And man, I really liked the fact that we had set up a little timer for break so it would help, and then the timer broke.
We probably should test it a little more. It's okay, that's on us.
I didn't
We'll
know
get
how
it
we
going
were
before
supposed
next
to test it after what we did.
It was also like
It seemed to
midnight
work.
last night when y'all were working on that. Drowning.
Oh, drowned twice.
I drowned once already. I'll drown again.
Alright. So, do we have anything we want to go over other than...
We got another drown.
Fuck!
We
3
got
more!
2 more
Jesus!
drowns.
Y'all!
I wish I had a button. I wish I had a button that could just make my friends make sure that they're hydrated, and then Aldrithe D&D existed.
Yeah. Also,
What other Dungeons and Dragons stream allows you to actively influence the hydration of the players? None. Find me one other.
I did come to the fantastic realization that I could genuinely make a soundboard for Harold buttons. So,
Yes.
just as a heads up.
Yes.
But
If you need me to voice every single one of them, please let me know.
we'll see. We'll see. Depends on how you try and go about it. If you pray to Keymore, whatever, we'll see how it goes. Because maybe it'll be Keymore's voice doing it. We'll see.
Oh boy.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what Keymore sounds like.
One way
He's
to
just
find out.
My guess is that he sounds like a Californian stoner man. That's my
Here's the
guess,
thing.
though.
Keymore's a god that we haven't reached out to yet. At all.
Keymore was actually a god that back in the days, like actually pre-Aldrithe, I was considering having Psyche worship.
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Post lady. I came up with like legitimate angst for this.
Yeah.
I was in Vari's DMs about it a lot.
It was fun.
Wow.
If you want to play Keymore,
I know of a current worshiper of Keymore. I don't know if they're on our plane of existence anymore. But I know of a worshiper of Keymore.
we'll see. But regardless, if you want to
Not
play
right
Keymore,
now.
just keep me updated. Whatever.
Maybe later. Do you have a Keymore button, like a voice set?
I don't know.
Okay,
The
because I
answer
don't
is
want to
no,
throw
I
you
don't,
off.
but I can do it. I can
Okay.
do it. It's fine. No,
Okay.
I know what I would do. Like, you're fine. Make the choices you will choose, and I will change from there. Worst comes to
Maybe
worst, I
tonight.
pick the
This
wrong
is your
one.
warning.
Okay. Worst
Okay.
comes to worst, I pick the wrong one, and I then do a different one after that point. So, I'm God. I can change things. However, the passage of time continues on in game if we're ready to get onto it. Since we don't supposedly we haven't reached out to Keymore yet, time continues on without your influence, and after Gorodar leaves, you have a few minutes to coordinate. I wasn't sure if, other than asking Harold if he wanted to change his name, was there anything else that you wanted to do while waiting for the others to come back?
I mean, we kind of all could hear each other through the walls decently, so I'm just gonna sending stone to the others and be like, that seemed to go as well as it could have.
No, I agree. I think Gorodar has not been suspicious of us, but that puts us in a bit better of standing now that we have someone vouching for us under,
Yeah.
magic.
So, did you guys... Oh, no, you wouldn't have.
What?
So I remembered, where I know Mhairi from.
Okay, good or bad news?
Bad news.
Great.
In my dream, when the lady jettisoned me from her service, I was in a line of figures, like silhouettes. She ripped my heart out, and then obviously this happened, but there was someone after me in line. That was Mhairi.
So, Mhairi
Another-
is the newest.
Me.
Favorite. Or at least chosen.
I sitting next to Nomos, I just go,
But it isn't a compliment to be that individual's favorite.
Dropping the
I'm
setting
personally
stone.
happy for you that it's moved on.
Psyche's still.
It's fine.
It's still probably a sore topic. Just okay.
It's fine. But yeah. Yeah, they're the new favorite. So, I don't
Did
know.
you share that?
No. I wanted to tell
Alright.
you all first, and I didn't have to, so I didn't. I want to speak to them.
Mhairi.
To Mhairi?
Yeah.
What do you intend to say? I don't. With
They have a
as
knife.
Much.
They have a
Yes,
knife.
they have.
And I know the knives come with a price. I want to know what theirs was.
In their position 5 months ago, would you have listened to that from anyone? Any kind of warning about who she is and any of that?
I don't know. I'm not trying to fix her. I feel like in a way I know her better than anyone else on this ship. Not technically, but I want to see what we're up against. I think I can get answers. Maybe.
I mean,
We might know.
do you think that they'd be willing to give you any, or?
I can still lie.
This is true. I think that depending on what you'd lie about, they would be informed to some degree if they, picked up where you left off.
I had no clue there was anyone else in that line.
Psyche, as productive as that might be, I'm just worried that they're going to pull something out that the lady has that is going to hurt you a lot.
I'm not gonna go back to her service.
I
know
don't
that.
think you
Worried about.
would, but
I just think that she'd be able to hurt you, and I want to make sure that if you're going into that, you're getting something that would be worth it. I'm trying to figure out what we would gain, because otherwise that's putting yourself
I'll wait.
in harm's way.
I'll wait. For now, I thought you guys should know.
No, I appreciate you telling us. Maybe if all is said and done after, this has been figured out and whoever's responsible has been brought to justice, then maybe you can ask. But not now, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Psyche, it's not true what's on the knife, right?
I know that now.
Good.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Not good.
13.
16.
11.
Ooh.
God.
15.
The
Ivory.
least wise paladin
What was
ever.
Armani?
13.
13. I need to really write those down and have them on display. Psyche and Ivory. You finish this discussion and you hear yelling down the hall. It seems to be a feminine voice, with one more masculine voice. One of them seems the feminine voice seems very distressed. You can't quite make out exactly what's happening because it's definitely a couple doors down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna desperately reach out and see if Naira's close enough by and be like, "Hello, what's going on?"
Which direction are you reaching out in? Because you have to know the person is beyond your barrier.
I'm gonna say toward whichever direction
Towards
down the
the
hallway,
yelling.
that way.
You. What do you say?
Hello? Is everything okay? Are you... What's happening?
You, like, barely catch her. She's on, like, the very end of your range, that direction.
Okay. You're bad reception.
Oh, I was like, what? But you, like,
No,
barely
it's
catch
'cause
her.
you're
Just,
at the...
not me. I'm fine. Sorry, I feel like I've gotten very out of the loop on this. Just to be clear, did you rat Macaulay out or something?
No. No.
We said that... Oh, wait, I'm not here.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
just
be.
Ivory, because this is kind of the end of the... But if you see Ivory talking, you can try and get in on the reception in the corner of the room.
You can almost, like, touch his stone as, like, a Bluetooth adapter to...
Sure.
Hi, sorry. A little late. I'm also here. We didn't rat out Macaulay. We said that Macaulay was invited us to a circus, and I didn't like them. I don't
Did
think
they
that's
find
something
new?
I
Because
don't know, but they're sitting there, but they're having this big fucking argument in the middle of the hall. I'm staying back, but they're having this big argument in the middle of the hall. I think they're like, Gorodar's trying to tell Macaulay that they're gonna have her in her room for a while, like you guys are on house arrest, and she does, she does not like that. Oh.
Is that room between our two rooms? Is it somewhere that I could tap
No,
in?
we are next to each other. What do you mean between our two rooms? We are neighbors.
I thought Macaulay was not Macaulay. I thought Naira was not in the room next to us.
Naira is not in the room next to you.
Yeah, so I was saying, is the room that is happening in between our two? I was saying, is it in my range?
Oh, between us and Naira.
Currently, Naira is not in her room. You would not be able to reach her if she was in her room.
Yeah.
Is that argument happening between us right now? Is it somewhere?
No, she's farther down the hall, at the opposite end of the hall to you guys. Don't do that. Okay.
Is it like
Are
fighting?
they hurting
Fighting
each
happening?
other?
No, I mean, Macaulay just shoved Gorodar a bit, but it seems like he's got the patience to handle it.
Man has a patience of a... Saints don't exist.
Perhaps it would be worth reminding literally anyone that under a truth spell, Macaulay said that she did not kill the captain.
Yeah, that's what she just yelled.
But
okay.
Okay. This is... Okay, alright, okay, no, okay. It
you
looks
have
like...
to take that with a grain of salt, because by that logic, no one on this ship could have killed the captain, is the issue.
Did she say it
when
explicitly?
Everyone's innocent? I said, were you actively or inactively involved in the murder of the captain?
Did she say no?
I
like
believe
the word
so.
no?
She said no. She said no.
Okay, if she said the word no, then she's probably innocent. Did everyone say the word no?
Ewan think so, except for the old people. But I don't think the, like, brittle bone Aarakocra elderly couple from 2B are gonna be, like, out murdering folks.
Okay, well...
They can barely stay awake.
Gorodar was good at his everything with the zone of truth.
He's just saying he wants to ask her more questions. I don't...
Yeah.
So there's no fighting happening. I don't need to kick a door down.
No, it seems like he's... Okay, it looks like... Love in chat. Watch out! Under the Werther's is a gun! But...
Surprise, all of those candies we've been eating, laced with arsenic.
Okay, so...
Nomos just can't get sick because of it.
Because he's a paladin.
I don't know anything that we can do other than... I mean, Gorodar probably has it handled. Actually...
It looks like he kind of...
Can you, like...
It looks like...
Can you identify objects while they're in the hallway?
Yeah, I can try not to get caught, sure.
Knives again.
Okay. Let me check to make sure this is something that can be done within one round.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one action. So Naira kind of, you genuinely hear, because Naira's still got the stone, you genuinely hear Naira's, verbal component, because I believe it has one. Yeah. And for a moment, and then it's, okay, they're both in this hallway. Also, Macaulay seems to have calmed down a little bit, because, I mean, it's kind of hard to be mad at Gorodar, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it looks like
He's
Macaulay
just so
is
nice.
calming down. But yeah, both of the knives are in this hallway close to each other. So I assume one of them is with, like, Gorodar and the captain?
Yes.
Is the other one with Macaulay?
Yeah, probably.
Great.
Okay,
great. Okay, that's
one thing I would say.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make sure that Gorodar isn't in that room alone. How about that? I'm just gonna have another person in that room that's not holding a knife. Sure, I'm gonna go.
Hey.
So do
what?
I need to kick a door down or not?
It's probably
Keep
fine.
the door open. Keep the door open.
The door open. She'll run out. I'm going, and you just
stabbed.
you just feel that the connection stop. You feel that she leaves your range, and
I'm just like, don't get stabbed.
Yeah, those of you in the Armani and Psyche, you hear "don't get stabbed" through the wall, as Naira leaves your range, and you can kind of hear the kind of gentle noise out in the hallway of footsteps. Quick footsteps coming by.
Nomos like positions himself by the door. If he needs to break a door down and things go bad,
Nomos
he's just
is like, tell me to
Yeah.
break the door down. Please, tell me, just
Please.
let me. I'm asking.
I'm daring you.
I'm
I'm
daring
daring you
you.
to let me have a reason to break down this door. I have so much things that I need to get out right now, and it'd be a great way to do it by breaking down this door.
God.
I know exactly where to kick the lock to break the bolt. Come on, please, dare me.
God, okay. Either way, you guys then just kind of wait there. For a little while.
Can we try to percept higher than our passives?
Sure, what are you
In
trying
case
to listen to?
People getting stabbed or lack thereof?
Sure, that's a ways down the hall. It's gonna be really hard to hear that from inside a room.
Stabbing is quite loud if you're not asleep.
Usually
You know
the
what?
noise that comes after it is also Nomos has so much respect for carpenters and their craft because they're constantly improving their skills to challenge him.
Okay, so, challenges aside, sure, I'll let you roll perception to see if you can hear any stabbing that may or may not be going on.
Okay, that's just a dirty 20 flat.
Ooh, I got a 23.
Okay.
So sexy.
Thank you.
Their labor is sport.
Are Psyche and Nomos doing this as well?
Which direction down the hallway is it? Is it towards Psyche and Armani's room, or is
Psyche and Armani.
I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Oh, still panicking, still attacking.
I don't think Nomos
No.
is because he didn't hear it at first, and he's getting his brain is occupied with. Oh man, I got. Am I gonna kick it? My boot could fit right in that nook, too. The deadbolt
One ear
only
is
goes
pressed to
across
the
this
corner.
way.
The other side of my body is keeping you from kicking down the door currently.
Has anyone
I'm just-
informed the
I'm just gonna-
Absola siblings about what is happening?
I don't think so.
Or not the
I'm
Absola,
just-
no, just Psyche and yeah, no, Psyche and Armani. How much have Psyche and Armani been caught up in this?
Armani
While
rolled
you're
a
listening-
23 to
I
listen.
mean,
To
I
listen.
heard don't get stabbed.
Yeah,
but,
you
like,
heard don't get
something's going
stabbed,
on.
and then you rolled
Yeah,
your
I think that's
perception.
what-
While
I'll do the
Ivory's
perception
listening,
check.
I could relay the information of. Okay, seems like Goradar, the captain, and Macaulay are having their line of questioning, and Macaulay is attempting to get into a bit of a tussle. So we're listening right now to see if anyone gets stabbed, because we currently have not one but 2 cursed knives in that room.
Yay.
If you hear the sound of splintering
And
wood next to
Mhairi
you,
is in there.
that's a cue to kick your door down.
But Naira is also in there, so...
And Ira's also in there trying to be a mediator. I don't know. Hopefully they don't get stabbed.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's hope. Let's just hope. Yeah.
Again, if you
Surviving fireball is one thing.
Surviving magical stab wounds feels like another.
Irreparable magical stab wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Unhealable stab.
I'm gonna roll a couple
Unless I
dice first.
cast like a remove curse spell. Oh shit! I can
That's
cast
my
remove
first-
curse. Can I remove the cursed off of a?
That's my first natural 20 on this die. That's fine.
Hey, who was it for?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, darling.
I'm really
Hey.
worried about it.
That's another nat 20!
Oh shit!
I'm really worried about it.
Congratulations! You scare me. Surprise! Those are the 2 roll to hits on Goradar with the knives.
Gordar's the one in
Both
armor.
crit.
They would go for Naira.
They also are wielding like cursed god weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So keeping those rolls in mind. Damn, 2 nat 20s in a row. These might be my new lucky die. I'm happy about that. My goodness.
Right.
Okay. Keeping those rolls in mind. You guys wait in your rooms for 10, 15 minutes.
Oh no.
Before you kind of you hear the slamming of a door. That Ivory and Armani, you both hear that because you're listening for it. And then a moment later, kind of coming down the hallway, there's and entering the range again. There's okay, everybody's fine. That
Okay.
sucked. I don't like Macaulay. Do we like Macaulay?
No.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, until about 10.5 minutes ago, I wasn't sure that they were the other person who had the knife. Like, I thought they were the other person that had the knife, but I didn't have, a solid
Can
assurance
I ask
that they were the other
why
person
we were
with the
sure?
knife.
Oh, hold on. Can I have she goes quiet?
Naira?
A minute or so goes by.
I think I was talking to someone currently.
Naira, if you're talking about Macaulay in the hallway, I recommend leaving!
If I... no.
Kind of a minute goes by, and you hear, I wish I could, and then it stops again.
Okay, that sounds like code for,
I can't leave.
I can't
Yeah.
leave.
Do you want
Hey,
us to break down the door?
Laugh if you need me to break down the door.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. Damn it. Are you talking? Laugh if you're talking to Macaulay.
I think
She might not be able to fit that into conversation.
Send us
I
say
really
something
think
to us if you're
fine.
talking to Macaulay. Say something to us if you're talking to Goradar.
You just
Say
kind of,
something
she
if
just kind
you're
of,
talking to the captain.
okay.
I'm just gonna go through people. Let me know when I
Nomos,
hit
I
someone.
just elbow him. Like, let them finish.
Kind of, oh, yeah, everything's a bit hard to balance sometimes, but, it's what I want to do.
Is that to the captain?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Do you say something if you feel in danger?
you know, sometimes on the sea, it's really hard to hear stuff over the sound of the water, you know? Loud in against the side of the boat, it becomes hard to hear. Yeah. No, I'm sure you get used to it over time, huh? I didn't. It becomes a bit of a problem. You know, I can hear it right now, and it's becoming a bit of a problem for me to concentrate.
Nomos is absolutely the person who seems like a delight until he opens his fucking mouth, and then to this day, nearly everyone has just found him to be the most annoying piece of shit.
That's
I feel
not.
so bad
She
about
doesn't
it.
find you annoying. This is so much going on at once.
I turn to Nomos and I hold out my hand
a lot to deal with.
for the stone.
I'll just put it in my pocket. It's fine.
Thank you.
That was to Ivory, not over the stone.
Yeah.
And then after a couple minutes more, it's, yeah, I'm headed back to my room. I have some stuff to work on. And you know, I can't just hang out in the hallway forever. But I'll probably be out and about wandering if you need to talk to me later. So I figure I'll probably be headed back to my room, and once I leave, because I'm gonna need to wander to get food, I'll probably be back to my room, like, I don't know, 3 p.m. So if you need to find me when I'm wandering, you can do that before that time.
Cool.
And there's kind of, yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Just tell me if you need anything. And Naira leaves your range.
Cool.
Damn it. I was gonna apologize.
I'm sure
I'm not that incessant, am I?
I think sometimes we need to accept the fact that we are locked in the room and people will be fine.
I haven't left this room. And listen, I'm no stranger to being confined in
You
small
can
spaces
pace.
for periods of time.
I don't mind if you pace.
I haven't eaten in a while.
Actually, that's a great point. Is the door locked from the outside?
You honestly haven't tried it?
Okay, can I try the latch real quick?
The door doesn't open.
Okay, can I, like, bang on the door a little bit and, like, hello?
Kind of, hey, and you kind of hear one of the crew members that's outside.
Hey, we're
Are
hungry.
we allowed to eat?
Oh, did I not mention? They have been bringing you food.
Oh, you
They're not
didn't.
letting
Okay.
you starve. To be clear, this is not an interrogation tactic. They have been bringing you food.
Yeah, we'll see how that paladin fares after not having beef stew for a week.
Yeah, no. It's Oak Drown.
Oh,
Kibby.
I need more water.
Floyd, you gotta drown.
I know. Fuck.
You've dried us all out of our drowning.
Fuck, drown.
Oh, I have orange juice again, guys. Good news.
Nice. Yeah, no, they have been bringing you food. This was not an interrogation tactic. You are fine. But do you still ask that, or is that my own?
Yeah, no, I do. I go, we're hungry.
You'll get food when everyone else gets lunch.
What's for lunch?
Oh no, I'm stuck here watching you.
That's fair.
Would you like a giant dog to do it for you? Because if so, have I got the offer for you?
And then I just, there's a moment of silence, and I just go, you deserve a pay raise.
What?
You deserve a pay raise.
Why do you say that?
I mean,
don't.
was this in your job description?
Yeah.
No, but like there's assorted menial tasks on the job description. You know, I figured it was kind of in the extra tasks section.
Do you think after the change in leadership, you would get an increased wage? Is the former first mate a, you know?
This poor guy.
I mean, there wasn't gonna be much promotion anyway. I mean, everyone knew that Olara wanted Gun to be captain once Payaz left. You know how it works. I mean, they've been gunning for captain for years. It's not like that was gonna happen, you know, and it was gonna be a thing that had warnings. We could like negotiate this stuff. I think when I guess.
Actually, I have a question. How long have you been working with the former first mate?
Couple years.
I like that he's just making small talk through the door.
Did she have any like magical abilities or?
If she does, she doesn't use them.
Huh? Just curious.
I mean, do you think have you seen her using them or what? Literally a moment later, this is funny you should mention this, Silvi, because a moment later, hearing this door, all of you can hear this conversation through the door, and Armani, kind of a moment later, there's the footsteps of Dark just kind of becoming corporeal, and going, I can't talk, can I? They're gonna freak out if they hear me talking as a part of this, aren't I? They're totally gonna, yeah, but...
What do you have to say?
Unionize.
Can you ask Nomos? Can you
Yeah.
ask if they're represented by a union?
Yeah.
Actually, we know that they are.
On the ship? Are you represented by a union on this ship?
Yeah, we have
No,
guilds.
they are. We actually stopped by the place that organizes that. So I assume they're like union rates. So even if that was an issue, I don't take it you make tips, but I don't think that would really incorporate
no, not
your
typically.
too much.
Yeah, I don't know if the first mate does magic or whatever. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time around her. She.
All right. I was just curious. I've never met any magical maritime individuals. I was just curious.
Like, really? You have not met a lot of people in the... Anyway. Why am I even
I
talking to you? You're in jail!
On a boat.
This is not... You're not a cop.
No, and I don't want to be, but I guess that's where I am now. Dark's like,
Sorry.
"Alright, tell him he
You're
shouldn't
being
have to do it.
detained.
Tell him he shouldn't have to do it, because he has the right to stand up for himself."
You shouldn't have the right to stand up for yourself. Sorry. No, you shouldn't have to do this because you can stand up for yourself.
Better.
Do you ever feel like you're pressured into doing things that you don't enjoy in the workplace?
Is this a tactic to get me to let you out or some shit?
No, I think they're genuinely... I'm sorry, we'll leave you alone. And I just drag Noah's back. I think the people on this boat, they hate us enough, honestly.
Okay, so Mari,
I
need
only
you to
started
tell
doing
him
that because I thought you were trying to get something out of him when you asked about food, because I know that we
I was hungry!
Armani,
Oh, I thought you were trying to get something out of it.
I need you to tell him that sometimes you have to be uncomfortable in order to make change in the workplace.
So sometimes to make change in the workplace, you have to be uncomfortable.
No, Mani, I think the bit's done.
No, because like it feels like this is an unfair thing of you to be doing. So maybe you should.
Yes, great.
You know, because I know you don't really want to talk back to your boss about like what you should or should not be doing, but like maybe you should discuss like a higher pay raise or maybe like an extra bonus for doing
Mani,
this.
have you ever had a job?
No.
Do you read theory in your free time? You don't seem like this isn't an insult. You just don't seem like so. I'm just impressed. It doesn't seem like something you read a lot.
Nomos, you know that adventuring is our job, right?
I mean, we don't work for a union.
No, but we also
It's like you. So here's the thing: is that okay? I have a feeling I'm making this harder than it has to be.
We can't hear Dark.
None of you guys can hear Dark.
Oh, okay.
As far as you know, Armani is just preaching about a union, but really badly.
Yeah. Dark's like, I'm so proud of you. I feel like they're not getting the hint though.
Like you should talk with your coworkers and form a union.
No, they already
Should-
have a union. Okay, Monty. Okay,
Well,
no.
make a better one.
We'll work on
Sorry.
it. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Advocate for rights.
We'll workshop it. And the guard is like, "You're right. I don't get paid enough for this."
Can I try to convince him to leave?
No!
No.
That's gonna incriminate us!
Make a persuasion
He's gonna
check.
leave, and then a new guy's gonna take his place, and that guy's gonna
scab?
be mean.
That is a natural 1 on persuasion.
You know what? In fact, I'm gonna stay here longer.
And I have actually a -1 to persuasion, so that is a 0 on persuasion.
He's not going
A
anywhere.
natural 0.
Yeah. He's not going
Oh
anywhere.
my god. Okay.
All right. After a few minutes, some time goes by. There's
No, we're
then
independent contractors. Nomos says to Ivory, and then
I feel
we
like-
cut
I feel
away.
like once, that kind of like that window that Naira kind of indicated, when that time is like starting to hit, I'm just gonna grab my sending stone and just be like humming, so that whenever she's nearby, she'll pick it up.
you
Is it
don't
a song you
actually
used to hum in college?
have to wait that whole time. Because Naira was going to return to her room at 2 or 3 p.m. But by the time you make it to about 1:30, you hear voices outside again, quiet, murmured. And then Psyche and Armani first, your door opens and you see Gorodar standing outside. Gorodar looks in and goes, "We don't have anything to hold you on."
Oh.
I heard some yelling.
That's settled. I mean, I'm sure you understand most people don't respond very well to realizing that they are a larger suspect in a murder case.
I mean, we reacted pretty fucking well.
I think we did okay.
You
But
did
yeah,
okay,
that's
but
fair.
all things considered, I'll allow for some leeway.
Mm.
So, I will say that I am in full support of you being released, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You're no longer on house arrest. Congratulations. However, not all of the passengers are in full agreement that you can be trusted, so just as a heads up, there
That's
might
fair.
be some issues in that department.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna let your other friends out as well. And, you've got your way with the boat again. At least unless we figure out any other ways that you might be involved in this. I will ask, since, well, I'll get all of your friends together at first, because I don't want to go over this twice. And he kind of steps back out, leaving the door open. It seems like the guards have kind of dispersed now that Gorodar's here. Gorodar comes over, opens the door for, Nomos and Ivory.
I'm like expecting food. I'm like, oh.
Am I disappointing you
Where
by
is my
coming to let
grilled
you out?
cheese?
I'm sorry. I thought you were the guard coming with some food.
Well, you can go get your own food now. Because we have nothing to hold you on, and I am going to let you out. You're no longer on house arrest, for now.
Has
What
someone
was,
else been placed under?
The yelling.
Not everybody responds as well as you all did to being a suspect for murder.
Do we get
Well,
to know
we just
who
not
that
everyone can be
was?
like perfect like us. So.
We're just so perfect and
No, we're
wonderful.
just-
Oh my goodness.
We're just God's special little angels. aren't
I
we?
don't want it to be held against them because I understand the stress that they were under. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Do
Okay.
we get to know who it was? Or
I'm
should we
saying
just-
no because I don't want it to be held
Oh,
against them.
right. Sorry, I didn't know if that was to me. Ivory.
It was Macaulay.
However, if you'd like
You're
to
not.
come,
You're not here.
if you'd like to come join your other friends briefly in their room, I wanted to bring something to the attention of all of you.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
So he kind of walks out, drags the two of you back into Armani and Psyche's room.
One patch of this wall looks beautifully done.
Does it?
No.
It's the hole that I.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like, the
Goradar
rest of that
asks.
wood is old, but that section probably looks cleaner because it's brand new. There's no dust on it.
Huh. Goradar's like, huh, that is
Clean.
Maybe there was a
strange
painting
of
hung
me.
there at some point,
Okay.
like a mirror.
Well, all right, bring it in. I'm going to be honest with you all. I found myself at a bit of a stalemate. I don't know who did it. I think now I am the trusted person that is expected to know these things, and I don't. And I have nothing that I can deliver because, well, my main suspects, all 5 of them, have all basically cleared their own names. At least, I have nothing that would... You can't prove a negative. And I won't hold you on a hunch. That's not fair to you. So, as you all were very invested in figuring out what's happening, I assume you all are going to continue investigating.
If we're allowed to.
Yes, you are. As I was saying to some of you, the entirety of the boat isn't exactly convinced of your innocence and may give you a hard time, but yes, I would say do it, and that is me asking you for help. There's only so much I can find out on my own, apparently, and if you find out anything, I would just like to know, so I can help you out.
I have a question.
What's up?
With my perfect recall, does Macaulay wear any jewelry?
I don't think so. Let me check her general description.
I remember I did an investigation check, and I saw no sorts of jewelry or insignias.
Okay.
Because you saw no holy symbols or anything like that.
No holy symbols or insignias. Sorry.
My poking is anything similar to what Psyche has that will avoid Zone of Truth in entirety.
Oh, so you're looking for like the ring. He would know if she could not answer. For whatever reason.
Okay.
And you would know because she would have automatically succeeded earlier.
Yeah.
But looking at it, just making sure, she's got, like some earrings, but she isn't jewelry heavy.
Okay.
And Goradar kind of continues with, so as you keep investigating, just keep me in the loop. I'm trying to convince the captain to throw the dagger out. I think that's the best decision.
That are still not?
I think she brings up a good point, that it is somewhat irresponsible to throw away the murder weapon. But
you can destroy it. We've discussed destroying it.
Either way, getting rid of the murder weapon seems to be a somewhat bad idea before we have figured out the perpetrator of the crime. However, if it is an evil cursed dagger, I would rather just have it gone. But
have we considered that the captain might
be influenced by it?
I hate to say it.
What
it's
would
a blade of a deity of...
do exactly? Also, I will say, Nomos, I would advise you, I know my pantheon very well. I would advise you on, or at least warn you against finishing that sentence if Psyche is not comfortable with me knowing what god that was originally attached to.
Nomos looks at Psyche.
I trust him at this point.
I mean, if it's a blade of a deity of, betrayal, then... Not necessarily betrayal, that's a bit more...
Betrayal?
Can we stop speaking in riddles, please? I think my brain is melting.
A blade of the... It's Nomos over the stone, because he doesn't want to just say this in front of God and everybody. Hold it up. the blade was a gift from the goddess, the Lady of Thorns. He doesn't say it like that. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that.
Oh, you use it to message it to him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He kind of says out loud.
Alexa, stop! Sorry.
I don't
Alexa,
know.
keep going.
I don't know why. She's not a goddess of betrayal. You understand that, right? Because here I was worried that you had brought an artifact of Cassina onto the ocean and then tried to throw it away in the ocean.
No, that would have been idiotic.
Yes.
No, it's... This was
I have a
an
penchant for
artifact
word choice.
tailored for me. This is personal.
That was a dagger that was made for you personally.
Yes.
And that curse was made for you personally.
Yes.
By her. And
I haven't seen the other one. I don't know if it's the same.
Did you tell him there were two?
Nope. No, we did not.
Yeah, so now that we know we can trust you, might as well there's another one somewhere on this ship.
Wait, did we lie to him about this?
No,
didn't lie.
you just were able to dodge it.
We just didn't
By
it
omission.
just didn't ask.
Yeah.
Lying by
kind of-
omission doesn't get caught in zone of truth.
Yeah.
We do this.
Also, honestly, I didn't want to say it in front of the captain.
Yeah.
I suspected he had the dagger on him, and that shit is influential.
Yeah, well, we know who has the other one now, so...
Yeah. So
Who
there's
has the other
two,
one?
and
Macaulay.
Macaulay is working with her? Or has
I don't know
worked?
if Macaulay's working with her. I had the dagger long after I finished working with her. But based on what I remember from being in her service, yes, I think Macaulay is working with her.
She didn't participate in the murder. She's innocent. She's suspicious, but not about murder.
No, I don't think she necessarily did the murder, but I think there's something about that knife she isn't letting on. Have the old people done anything suspicious? They're the only other people who said no.
The old
I've-
people.
Yeah, the Aarakocra.
The Aarakocra, the one that
Right.
give out the Werthers.
I honestly forgot they were here. You said they didn't say
I
no?
mean, they seemed confused as to how it worked.
Yeah, but
They
they're
could
the only
never
other
give
ones.
me a
who-
straight no. It was like, oh well, I haven't. Wait, how am I supposed to?
Yeah, but that is
feel
like
bad. They just
the
woken
classic
up.
way to evade a zone of truth. And I've learned better after our first murder mystery than to just trust someone because I think they can be believed.
First murder
First?
mystery?
Yeah, that's how we met.
It was not
Does
a
this
murder
happen
mystery.
frequently to you?
No, just the twice. But if I had
Wait, what was the
two
other murder?
I think you're
mystery?
referring to the fact
that
that
would be
the
funny if
Lazarus
it happened
mystery.
twice. It didn't end up
Oh,
being a
that was a
murder the first
kidnap.
time, but I think someone
That was a
did
kidnapping.
die this
It was
time.
not a murder.
I think we did see a dead body. So
Did
I
we?
know for very
one
sure
died.
that...
This time.
this time
Oh,
there's a
okay.
dead body.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But,
I
yeah.
don't like pointing the case in the finger because every time I do it,
I
people
know.
get on my case. I've
Case
also never
on your
been wrong.
case? Do they get on your
Case
case?
and,
Then,
nice.
I break Armani's neck. They fall to the floor.
and they die, and we don't revive them.
they die instantly.
And I have the ability to cast Revivify, and I don't take it.
No, fuck you. Roll an attack on me, fucker.
No, I'm not going to. I'd
Drown.
hit. But drown. Yes, I don't enjoy pointing the case in the finger. I've also never been wrong about it. But I was hesitant. I do know we're in her domain. I don't know if...
Who are we
You know.
pointing the case and a finger at?
I don't know. You mentioned that we're on the ocean, and you're right. She's not a...
Does
The other one is not a goddess of betrayal, and she is. And
Does anyone on this ship have moonbeam?
do we have any druids?
Not that I know of.
Maybe the
No.
satyrs.
They
One of
kind of just felt like here for a good time, not the long time. Not really in a druidic way, though.
Fair.
To be fair, I don't think we should be assuming anything about anyone.
Yeah.
Because at this point, the only thing I can really think of is either modified memory was used to such a strong degree that whoever did it has no idea that they did it anymore.
Oh,
It
wait.
was old
Oh.
people.
Oh,
What?
no. I'm... Nomos, casts Nomos begins casting a spell. And Ivory, I'm going to do something. It's been done to me before, somewhat.
Fuck it, go.
Nomos places his palm on your forehead, and I'm gonna.
I moved my hand,
when,
but okay.
When Psyche did it,
Yep.
Psyche did remove curse on me.
No, Psyche did Greater Restoration. I remember because
Psyche did
whichever
restoration,
one
but
it
then we
was, we
decided
got
it
shit
should
for it on
have been-
TikTok.
Yes,
Word on
it was
TikTok.
it should have been remove curse.
It should have been
Yes,
removed.
we
curse.
did Greater Restoration. Greater Restoration. Was it Dispel Magic?
It was Dispel Magic.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
Dispel
I have-
Magic, but it was at a
That's why we got
relatively high
for
level.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a high roll.
I have dispel magic and remove curse, which
I
is
rolled
the
a
one that we-
28 in my
Yeah, you
defense.
rolled a
and it
28.
was a rule of four moment.
Mhm.
However, I am a fucking idiot, so there's that.
No, you're not. I allowed it to
also-
happen, knowing damn well what the parameters of the spell were.
Hey, this is just Ewan. Here's the thing. I didn't wake up. You know who did wake up? Psyche.
I have two runs of it. I was gonna run on
Okay,
both.
good.
So, darling, is it the one that was supposed to be used as that remove curse?
Yeah, but like again, it's my game, and I decide what works and what doesn't.
I have both. I just wanted to know which one. to go for.
Remove curse is probably going to be more efficient.
Okay, then I will. Then yeah, I'll take your hand. And Nomos cast the spell remove curse.
At
Which I can
what
read out
level?
What that does. Third.
Okay,
It's the
cool.
lowest level I can cast it.
Please make
This is the highest
a
level.
wisdom check, please.
Who?
Nomos.
Check, not a save.
Nope, it's a check.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me.
I'm not great.
Okay.
Nomos is not very. That's cock.
Cock.
It's also cock.
And balls.
I love my little fold out tray. It also has this little divot that'll catch like the bottom corner of the dice every time. That's much better. That is a 16 plus 1, 17.
I can
17.
add. Wait, hold on. Add 3 to that.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You cast remove curse on Ivory. You feel the magic reach Ivory. There is nothing to remove. The spell.
Hey, can
Okay.
you write now?
I pull out a pen and paper.
You target modify memory.
I thought remove curse just removed curse.
Let me check briefly.
I can pull
Oh,
up
it's
in
all
my-
curses affecting one creature or object. You pull out a pen?
I pull out a pen and paper.
No, you can't write.
Okay. I
Everything
assumed my
so
fabial is a
soft.
little stronger than third
Yeah,
level.
a little different.
Yeah.
This is true. Fine.
Okay.
All right, then take 2. Psyche, do you mind?
Psyche?
Psyche?
What?
Said Psyche, do you mind if I...
Oh, no.
Nomos takes like your forearm.
The parallels.
Yeah. Yeah, takes your forearm and does the components in the other hand. Yeah, Nomos is now a little self-conscious of like, man, there's no ceremony to my spells. This is just
There's no
plain
finesse.
street magic. There's no finesse.
They're in the air.
I cast for
No
results.
flourish.
And I cast remove curse again.
Cool. I'm gonna check something real quick.
Hey, does Psyche have just any latent curses that I forgot about?
Probably.
Well,
Are my eyes about to change color? Oh wait, no, those were tattoos.
no, those are tattoos.
I was gonna say those are tattoo. Yeah, the curse of ink.
So
Blue
Mhairi, what
tattoo.
happens to me?
Cool. Nomos, so I do think you are notified, like, you know how many curses you remove with that.
Get a notification.
I think you are aware. It removes 2.
Hey yo.
Walking around just regularly cursed.
One.
No
One,
anti-Mhairi stuff.
Psyche,
Norton?
you no
Nah,
longer remember
Nomos.
Ivory leaving the room.
Okay.
You, or at least you realize that it is,
I thought that was
that you did not wake up.
Yeah.
2. Psyche, I don't think you would realize what it is, but, it's not like the spell identifies the curse to you. But I
But
will
the spell
say,
identify might.
it's now gone, so no.
That's true.
I will say, Psyche, you just, kind of feel like you know how it feels just to have the weight of something in the center of your palm?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like something has been removed from the center of your palm, like an object has been lifted off of it.
Like from my palm specifically, or
Yes.
emotionally?
I mean, well, like, that is what it feels like physically.
Okay.
You don't know if it's
Hey, yo,
actually
do you have a
linked to your
tracker?
palm.
Did you have like a puppy chip?
I don't know.
You got fucking chipped?
Yeah. I just sort of start fiddling with my hand as you do that, and I go, so it was me? I didn't do the murder.
Coronar's eyes had, like,
Terrible
widened.
way.
I'm the one who
Terrible
got
way
cursed.
to have started that sentence.
Okay.
The memory.
Fantastic! I am glad you did not commit the murder,
No,
Psyche.
I didn't do the murder. I didn't do the murder. It was
Oh,
the
I'm so
memory was
tired.
implanted.
What?
The memory of you leaving the room. That was implanted.
Okay.
So it probably isn't a shape changer.
No.
That eliminates one thing.
Nobody.
Okay.
Good to know.
But it has to be
Then-
someone who can cast spells on the boat.
Nomos, did something
Yes,
just...
it has.
I just sort of shoot Nomos a message. I'm like, hey, did something just happen?
Like, did I cast a spell on you?
Yeah, but it felt... I don't know. My hand feels weird.
Like the one I held, or
No.
I get magic buzzes sometimes.
Okay.
You do know that you removed 2 curses.
You know you removed 2 curses.
It doesn't tell me that.
No, I
Like-
just told you that.
No,
it
Mhairi
told
just
you
told
that.
you.
Oh, okay. I was.
It's not in the spell description, but I told you that it told you that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I
So
wouldn't
it's
have
just like,
said
nah,
2
man, that was
curses
just
if it
normal.
did not tell you.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it to you that easy.
I did pick up on 2 things. We can address that later. When we're not. Later, not like I'm sorry. I don't need to be dismissive.
Oh, no. The murder investigation is definitely more important.
Ivory and Armani, you're watching these two just stare at each other in silence, and Goridar is also just staring at the two of them, like staring at each other in silence.
Okay.
Okay.
So, spellcasters. Who
Who
do
can
we know
cast
does the
spells?
spellcasting? We
Everyone
have
in the room except for Mani.
yes.
No, you can do
Naira
some things, but
McCauley.
you're not a caster. You're someone who has magic in them.
Naira casts. Macaulay casts.
Naira.
Everyone but Armani casts. I cast. Do we know of anyone else on the boat that can use magic?
If you'd like, you could ask. I don't know if people would be as honest with us as they would be with you.
I can ask. I have Zone of Truth if you trust me.
Do we have evidence that anyone may be hiding the fact they use magic? Here's my thing. I trust you. I don't think anyone else on this boat is going to let you cast spells on them again.
Exactly.
Well, we could try to see if anyone has some kind of hidden focus or components of anything.
Detect magic. Oh wait, I did do this. Well, no, I casted a divine sense.
Yeah, you divine sensed.
I have the ability
Can you detect
see magic in a given space. I assume when someone's arcane focus would have some innate magical presence.
Depends on the focus, but yeah.
Or the individual might have some, evidence of them tampering with the weave.
Well, then, that is probably our next best bet.
Right. When everyone's in the meal hall, in the galley, I can, I wouldn't need to tell anyone. I could just do it outside and then walk in and then see everything.
We're on the tail end of lunch. We could go and see if people are still in there.
Great. Let's make haste then.
Okay. Then you guys can leave and make your way down to the galley. You make your way inside, and it seems like not everyone on the boat is here because you're on the tail end of the lunch rush. But a good chunk are.
Who's
see
missing?
Is Macaulay is not there. One of the satyrs is not there. It's I'm forgetting name. Zoe
Dino?
is not there.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, everyone is there. Naira is there. It looks like Naira was about to leave, and then she sees you and just... Okay. The two Aarakocra elders are there. Dinos is there.
Great. I'm gonna leave the room
also
briefly.
Captain O'Mara is there.
Leave the room briefly. Do the somatic components for detect magic, and then walk back in. Can I just say that I cast it before I come in, so I don't have to do the awkwardness of I enter, I leave.
I re-enter.
Yeah. So I cast detect magic. What do I see, Dungeon Master?
Well, you walk in the room. Real quick, looking at the parameters of detect magic, can you see through things? Can you detect magic through any barriers?
Yes, but it varies on the distance between what kind of barrier. For example, like I can't see through an inch, like a centimeter of lead.
But
I
it
can
is
see
the centimeter of lead,
through...
foot of wood rule. Like...
I think. I'll check.
Can you please check?
Magic someone just has something in a bag.
Yeah, it's basically can fabric keep it hidden?
Yes, it can. Well, it can penetrate most barriers. It is blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So cloth is not on that list.
Okay.
Can what? What can it do?
Shut up. But you...
Oh, God. I just got it.
The joke was penetrate. The joke was penetrate.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You walk in, and looking around, you kind of scan. You see on Naira, a magical aura on her spell book primarily, as well as she carries a component pouch. That seems to have some semi-magical things, just very faintly magical kind of within it.
Who?
Naira. The captain does not have any magic items on them. Dinos does not have any magic items on him. Obviously, your group lights up as normal. And Goradar lights up as expected. And you look over at the elderly couple, and one of them is carrying 3 magic items on him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You guys, they were suspicious.
Not the lovely elderly couple
Yes,
from 2B.
We're
You
lovely
look
elderly
over
couple.
at Daka.
Lesbians, and you can't
Um,
trust old people, and you can't trust anybody in
You
the
look
world.
people
at
evil.
Daka.
Mhairi knows how to play us like a goddamn fiddle.
And Daka,
Nomos'
Daka,
eyes visibly
who
just
seems to be
whoa.
carrying 3 magic items on him and has an overall kind of aura of a spellcaster of enchantment and illusion magic, looks over at Kiel sitting next to him, and they briefly pull out a bag besides them. As they notice you walk in the room, they wave, and Kiel pulls out a bag.
I give another wave as well to them.
Worthers, get that Werther out of my face.
A bag of butterscotch candies, which also has a slight magical aura to it.
No fucking way!
Fucker.
And with that, that's where we pick up next week. I got you! I got
Love
you
you.
so good, bitches! I got you
Listen,
so
I was
good!
suspicious of them the entire goddamn time.
I got you
They
so
were
good!
so sweet. I felt
Fuck
bad. They were
you.
suspicious because I thought Mhairi wouldn't do the same thing twice.
Yes, I would!
didn't trust my
I'm
own
nothing
judgment
if not...
senses for once. I had a Ewan moment and I did not trust myself and I fucking should have.
I
because
take
knew.
advantage
I fucking
of
Lisa,
knew.
this is how I
predictability.
live. I live like this.
I take advantage of predictability.
I know you do, and they're great, and they're old people, and they're great, and I.
What are the moral quandaries
How?
of murdering this lovely elderly couple right
I
here
don't
and
think
now?
they're old.
Or love
All right, well,
So-
you can ask.
Still be evil.
You can ask more questions about that and figure that stuff out next week.
I cast a juror enemy.
If Silvi could start looking for raids and stuff, that would be fantastic. Wanted to give you a heads up. In the meantime, we have a couple things to go over. If you'd like to go see our beautiful new icon on all the platforms ever, you can find us on a bunch of different social media platforms, including YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. If you'd like to join us on any of those platforms, we'd be happy to see you. Twitter in particular. If you'd like to shoot me any questions about the world or whatever, I'm happy to answer. What's up, Silvi?
We still haven't had the new silly thing we added revealed, so
Yeah.
next week you guys have to tune in and try again.
Yeah, we'll just see. We'll just wait, and see if it comes up at all. For now, we'll just wait and see what that is. See how it works out. But other than that, yeah, you can find us, like I was saying, you can find us on all these different things. You can shoot me questions on Twitter about what's going on in the world. Not like in the real life world. I'm not going to be answer your politics questions, but like things in Aldrithe, you know. I am happy to answer questions about, or if you just want to say hi, or like post some art, like I will retweet all of your art. If you also have art that you want to share but you don't want to post it on Twitter, well, we do have a community Discord that you can join. At some point I'm gonna have a button I can press to make that go in the chat when I say that, but I don't have that yet. So if we want, we can very quickly there is the Discord link. Oh, everyone's doing it now. I'm so sorry. If you'd like to come join our community Discord and spread some theories or art or whatever, that's a fun space. At least I have heard it's a fun space.
Also,
Yeah.
I saw the chat talking about. That's a lot of Discord.
Okay, please stop.
I saw the chat talking about bones. Did you know that the bones of Aarakocra are hollow and thus very easy to break, either by hand or blade? Find out next time on Aldrithe D&D, where Nomos teaches you how to deconstruct a chicken.
What are you doing to Harold?
Not that
I
one.
don't do anything to Harold.
Anyway.
Albatrosses.
Anyway. It's bad luck to kill an albatross at sea, didn't you know? Anyway.
I don't care.
I have done all of the pitches that I can think of. Ah, shit! This is your second binder check of the week. Did you think I would forget? I almost did, but I didn't. Fuck you. If you're one of our friends that wears a binder and you didn't hear me the first time, yes, you. If you're one of our friends that wears a binder, stretch. Breathe, even. Can you do it without pain?
You better.
I'm watching you.
Can somebody get a clip of Vari, our beloved DM, saying to our viewers at home, "Ha, fuck you."
Stop clipping
Fuck
me out
you.
of context. Please, God.
Fuck
Please.
you.
Please stop.
Fuck you.
Can someone get a clip of that section and then edit out the stop, and just get it to clip me out of context?
The internet
And then
was
like
a
put their
mistake.
mouth on like an image of something else, or like edit someone's mouth onto them to like, you know, say some
Are
things.
we done bullying dear darling Vari for giving us old people who are evil?
Yeah, I think we're done. Some old
Okay,
people are fucked up.
well,
I'll take out
I
my
have a
rage on the
raid.
old people, not you.
Yes. What is our raid for the week?
username Robbie_Landis.
Okay.
And I see the tags ally, safe space, and mental health, along with dice roleplay and English. And they look like they are doing some Dungeons and Dragons, and they're going on their 9th hour. So
Jesus
maybe
Christ.
they need.
Okay, yeah, I think they need the moral
I think they need
support.
love. Let's
because-
go give them
yeah.
love.
Let's give
Let's
them
go give
some
them
moral
some good
support.
Aldrithe love.
Why
I'm
would
nothing
you
if
do
not
this?
impressed.
All right. Well, first of all, before we go, if no one has told you this week, I love you very, very much. Maybe that thing won't be clipped, but it's true. I love you very, very much, and I'm so lucky to have you here on this stream and in this world. I would really love to see you again next week, but even if I can't, I love you anyway. Please take care of yourself, drink water, get good snacks, and I hope to...
Brown.
And I hope that you keep up that, take care of yourself, and so we can find you fun and happy and ready to go for next stream, because you deserve it. You deserve to be able to be comfortable and take care of yourself. For now, like I said, I love you. Let's go spread that Aldrithe love to our new friend that we are raiding, and we will see you next week to figure all of this out. Bye-bye! See you then!
Bye.